there, friends. Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library. And my friend Callie and I are here today to talk to you about a couple really exciting books that are super fantastic. And even though it's past Valentine's Day, right? So Valentine's Day was last week. It's already over and done with. But there's still plenty of amazing books about candy and chocolate that we haven't talked about yet that I kind of want to touch base on today because I think that you'll find them fun and delicious. So, the first one is a book called The Candymakers by Wendy Moss. That is The Candymakers. I really like this cover because it's very busy, and you guys know how I like busy covers. And it really just draws you in, right? And I also really like this author, Wendy Moss. She wrote another book called Every Soul a Star, which is really fantastic. She has a few other books, too. That's the only other one by her that I've read. There's another one called A Mango-Shaped Space that looks really, really good. I might have to try that out soon. But The Candymakers is kind of like a really fun cross between Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like Willy Wonka, the whole Willy Wonka story, combined with Mr. Lemoncello's library series. So it's got a lot of candy and chocolate and excitement, but also a competition and mysteries and surprises and things that you're just not expecting at all. So there are 4 main characters in this book: Logan, Miles, Philip, and Daisy. And they are all competing to create and name the best new candy. So they're all in this competition. They're all rivals. So you would think that they're not going to get along. They're not going to be friends. But at the end of the book, they do become friends because there is more to this competition than meets the eye. So you have to learn and uncover all the mysteries right along with the characters. I really loved it. If you like candy and sweet things, you have to read this book because it is absolutely phenomenal. I had to have a little bit of candy next to me while I was reading it because you kind of have to. You kind of have to eat candy while you're reading this book. It's super good. And I know it's a little bit big. It's a bigger book. I think it's got probably about 400 pages or so. 437. But it flies by. I love books that have to do with competitions and competing and things like that, especially when all the kids, and they are in this book, have such different backgrounds. So they're all coming from different places in life. They're all coming from different environments, and watching them, be rivals of the first and then become friends is just really, really entertaining and fun. So that is The Candymakers by Wendy Moss. And another exciting thing about that is that there is a sequel to this book, and that is called The Candymakers and the Great Chocolate Chase. So this one has the same 4 characters again, which is awesome because I didn't want to say goodbye to them at the end of the original Candymakers book. But this one has to do with the candy that they've just created, and something is very, very wrong with it. So it also is more mysteries and secrets, but this one also includes a road trip, which is really fun. It's not very often that I say I like sequels more than the original book, but in this case, I think it might be very close. I love this book so much, and when you add in the road trip aspect to it as well, it's just super fun. So that is, again, The Candymakers and the Great Chocolate Chase. Super fun. The last book I want to talk to you about is very near and dear to me, which I know you're going to know why as soon as I read you the title. This is The Dragon with a Chocolate Heart. Do you have a chocolate heart? I don't think so. I would have to eat you up if you did. And that is by Stephanie Burgis. So this is a really interesting story about a young dragon. So it starts off as a dragon, and she is kind of a little bit of I don't want to say a jerk, but she kind of is a little bit of a jerk. She's a little bit spoiled. Used to getting her way all the time, doesn't really get along with others. She is tricked by this magician into drinking magical hot chocolate. So she's tricked into drinking this hot chocolate, which turns her from this all-powerful dragon into a human girl, which is her on the front. So now she is separated from her family and her loved ones. She doesn't know what to do. She's a human now, so she's super weak and soft, right? Compared to a dragon. Do you think I'm super weak and soft compared to you? Yeah, I knew she was going to say that. So she goes into the nearest town, and she ends up under a bunch of different circumstances that happen working at this chocolatier's place. So she decides that she is just in love with chocolate, in the making of chocolate. So she decides she's going to work here. She becomes an apprentice, all along with trying to return to her normal state. So this book is so cute and fun. I don't know that I've ever read a book before that had to do with a dragon turning into a girl because of hot chocolate. It's very unique and super fun. I definitely think if you love chocolate, you will love this book. If you love dragons, you will love this book. If you love books with interesting characters that really grow and change, because Aventurine, who is the name of the dragon, then turned into a girl, really comes into her own in this book. And I loved seeing that. Because like I said, she was spoiled and kind of bratty in the beginning, but as she learns to work hard and appreciate the people around her and make new friends, she really turns around and just turns a new leaf and is just a much better person by the end of this book. And that was really enjoyable to read about. So, The Dragon with the Chocolate Heart. Well, those are what we've got for you guys today. I hope these books sound super yummy and delicious. I know I need to go eat some chocolate now after talking about these books. Whew, and you might need to as well. All these books are available at Farmington Community Library, so please feel free to come in and put them on hold, pick them up, whatever you'd like to do, and I hope you enjoy them. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of the day, friends.